Tonight on Ctv3 News, Carnival celebration in Orange Walk turns deadly as a Belize City man is stabbed to death. Orange Walk cops investigate the stabbing of a father and son. The incident also occurred on Carnival Day. A Belizean national is charged for assaulting Commissioner of Police Chester Williams while watching the carnival in Sugar City. Unity and Vision, Prime Minister John Briceño and Leader of the Opposition Shine Barrow inspire with Independence Day speeches. And a Mennonite man from the shipyard community is charged with 10 counts of incest. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Monday, September 23rd, 2024.
Notice of Annual General Meeting. Notice is hereby given that the 18th Annual General Meeting of Belize Telemedia Limited will be held on Friday, the 27th day of September 2024, beginning at 10 a.m., where the following business will be transacted. 1. To receive and consider the report of directors and financial statements for the year ended 31st of March 2024. 2. To consider and declare a dividend for the period ended 31st of March 2024. 3. To elect a publicly elected director. See notes at www.livedigi.com/agm-2024. To appoint auditors for the 2024 to 2025 fiscal year and authorize the board to agree on their remuneration. Please be informed that the company will provide virtual access to the meeting for shareholders and the duly authorized proxies to join the meeting virtually. Shareholders and duly authorized proxies who wish to attend and vote at the meeting in this manner must pre-register at www.livedigi.com/agm-2024 no later than 10 a.m. on or before 25th of September 2024. Upon registration, shareholders and the duly authorized proxies will receive an email with further instructions and information. Shareholders and the duly authorized proxies will only be able to access the meeting virtually using
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. It was a violent Independence Day weekend here in Orange Walk Town, which saw several persons injured and one dead as a result of separate stabbing incidents. We first take a look at the murder of 23-year-old Belize City resident Alwyn Collins Arnold, who was killed shortly after 9 p.m. following the parade. The Carnival Road March here in Orange Walk Town attracts hundreds of Belizeans from across the country who flock to Sugar City to witness the annual event. One of those visitors was 23-year-old Alwyn Arnold, who along with his older brother and other relatives and friends made the journey from Belize City to be a part of the activity. From all indications, Alwyn enjoyed the day with his family and friends. However, shortly after 9 p.m., just as the parade was ending and residents were still gathered across the town, Arnold, who was in the vicinity of Belize Corozal Road and Aurora Street, apparently got into an altercation with an Hispanic male person who reportedly pulled out a large knife and stabbed him once in the abdomen. Alwyn was rushed to the Northern Regional Hospital but died shortly after. There was a large crowd of individuals in the vicinity of the murder, giving the killer the perfect cover to make good his escape without being seen or recognized. Police have no suspects for this incident at this time.
After he succumbed to his injuries, information received that Alwyn Arnold was at Orange Rock when he got into a fight with several persons, one of which inflicted a stabbing injury to him. We have no suspects for this stabbing at this time.
Sir, is there any information in terms of how the argument started, what may have led to that argument?
We do not know. We know that a lot of persons were consuming alcoholic beverages. It was a carnival, and a fight started, and this is where this person was stabbed.
Any video footage?
Not that we know at this time, no.
What information do you have on where they were going or whether or not they were shifting?
They were in the area at the time. That is how we have done. Some fight erupted, and that is what led to the stabbing. It was part of the celebrations they were having with the carnival.
Was Mr.
Arnold is a resident of near an Open Road in Belize City and would traditionally travel to Orange Walk to enjoy the Independence Day festivities on a yearly basis. His older brother says they never imagined he would not return home after leaving on Saturday morning.
Just received information from my other brother who was with him over there. The guys gonna attend the carnival, no? And I received information about maybe around 8:30 minutes to 9, I think. My younger brother called me and told me that my younger brother had got into an altercation and he received injuries from a saboom, no? And so I tell him to monitor the man and continue to deal with the doctors and get the information that we need. But unfortunately, like almost about half an hour after, and so he called me back and told me that the doctor tell him that the man had passed away, you know. So after that, the only thing I could have did was to rush over there and to go and assist my other brother who was out there as well, no. So that's what we did. When they said they don't know that who we not, you know. So I think the police did the investigation.
Were your brothers planning to go to the carnival for some time?
Basically, we go every year. Myself usually go as well, but this year, like, I never really hype up about it too much for some reason, I don't know. But I didn't went. I stayed, and that is why they had to call me and through the telephone, and that was the only information I received.
Did your brothers say if it happened during or after the carnival?
He told me it was after.
Immediately after?
I guess a little after, I think, because like I said, I think it was about after this altercation took place. No? Like I said, I really not sure what took place. My brother, I just want to type, well, like I tell her, he kind of hype up sometimes and things, but I can't say what really happened because I was not there.
Arnold, by all accounts, was a jovial young man who was simply looking to enjoy the Independence Day festivities along with his family and friends. His family say he was not a troublemaker and kept mostly to himself.
My little brother, he know me somebody, he was a very jovial person. He was very, loving, caring and thing. And I don't know what really transpired. I still hard to, to really come to a conclusion what really happened. Like I said, my brother is somebody very active, very energetic, very hardworking, very loving, very caring, and so normal. He live an normal average life. He never play part and no gang or nothing, but some would have look upon her like a gang man due to, your attire, how you dress and so. But he made just a calm, cool person, if you know him.
No kids?
Oh, no, he not got no kids.
At this time, police have no leads to indicate the identity of Arnold's killer. Shortly before the stabbing murder of Alwyn Arnold, a father and son also received stab wounds following an altercation with another male person. This incident played out on the Belize Corozal Road near Zeta Auto Parts, where 48-year-old Francis Bustamante Sr. and his son, 28-year-old Francis Jr., were working at a local beverage stand located along the Carnival route. According to reports, shortly before 8 p.m., as the carnival was coming to an end, Francis Jr. got into a verbal altercation with a dark-complexioned male person who arrived at the stand to purchase a drink. The male person then reportedly took out a black picket knife and inflicted stab wounds to Bustamante, once on the left side of the neck and once to the chest. Upon seeing his son being attacked, the elder Bustamante tried to intervene, resulting in him being stabbed to the neck and left hand. After attacking the father and son, the aggressor ran off into a large crowd which was congregated in the area, making good his escape. Police were able to retrieve the knife in the area hours later.
I began to argue with them. A fight ensued, at which point this person pulled out a knife and stabbed them both. They are at the hospital recovering. Francis Bustamante Sr. is in a stable condition, and Francis Bustamante Jr. is in a critical condition at this time. Again, we have no suspects in regards to the stabbing.
Any details as to what led to that argument?
Some argument over some drinks that this person wanted to purchase because the Bustamantes were working at a bar at the area.
Did you say which bar?
It was a bar that was along the route of the carnival.
At this time, both father and son remain hospitalized, with the father listed in a stable condition while his son remains in a critical condition. No suspects have been identified in this stabbing incident. A family of 5 from the community of August Pine Ridge is tonight trying to pick up the pieces after their residence caught fire on Sunday night. 36-year-old Kenny Murillos reported to police that he was inside his home along with his wife and 3 kids when at about midnight they were awoken by the smell of smoke. By the time the family realized what was happening, their home was partially ablaze, while their gold F-150 pickup truck, which was parked outside, was completely engulfed in flames. Today, we visited the family and spoke to Mariela Murillos, who says they went to bed at around 11 p.m., making sure to secure their vehicle and home. Just minutes later, they were awoken to flames and smoke.
Durmiendo, yo así entre mis sueños yo sentí algo que pues empecé a oler algo que humo, y cuando yo salí de mi cuarto miré que el fuego ya está entre mi casa, el pick-up estaba ardiendo y solo grita a mi esposo que se levante porque se está quemando mi casa, el carro ya se quemó, y corrí a hablar a mi hermano y él sacó a las niñas. Mi hermano vino y nos pusimos, pues, y gracias a Dios la gente también vino para ayudar, porque lo que él quería es sacar el pick-up para que no está ahí el tanque ahí, y se logró sacar la camioneta, y unos tratando de apagar el fuego y los otros tratando de apagar el fuego de mi casa.
Pues dice que acaban ustedes de conseguir este vehículo.
Un mes, un mes tiene que compramos el vehículo.
Antes que sucediera esto, sé que pasó como a medianoche, ustedes estaban afuera, ¿como a qué hora se fueron a dormir?
Nosotros entramos a las 11 de la noche, una hora que entramos cuando empezó el fuego, porque cuando yo levanté, que les digo que empecé a sentir el olor, fue a las 12, minutos para las 12. Luego ya, mejor dicho que era las 12 de la noche, sí.
According to Mariela, the only thing on her mind was her 3 girls, ages 10, 6, and 10 months old, and getting them out of the burning building. Most of her household appliances were lost to the blaze.
Como él cuando salió e intentó apagar el fuego del pick-up y vio que no, pues me dice, eso ya se quemó, me dice, ni modo, sí.
Although the family does not want to believe that their home may have been set ablaze intentionally, Maria says police have indicated the fire may have been caused by arson.
¿Qué les han han dicho la policía en términos de qué causó el fuego?
Pues ellos igual así, eso es como les digo que ese fue que, como él lo miró, dice que ese no es del vehículo, sino que alguien le tiró gasolina y lo prendió. Pues es lo que él piensa, pero la verdad ni nosotros sabemos.
Anyone who would like to assist the Murillo's family in their efforts to rebuild their home and recover their belongings can contact them at phone number 652-9843. No drinking allowed from bottles. That was one of the rules for the Orange Walk Carnival placed by cops. But a Belizean American national who was watching the carnival along the route on Dunn Street did not listen. And when the Commissioner of Police, Chester Williams himself, intended to take the bottle away from him, he pushed the compose's hands. The Commissioner insisted that 46-year-old Jaron James McKay hand over the bottle, but instead of complying, McKay pushed the compole. That is when McKay was detained and later charged with aggravated assault. McKay, who is a consultant of Phoenix, Arizona, and visiting Belize for 2 weeks, appeared this afternoon in the Belize City Magistrates Court, accompanied by his attorney, Leroy Banner, to answer to the charge. McKay pleaded guilty to the charge and asked the court for leniency, stating this is his first offense and that he was regretful for his action. McKay was fined $1,500 plus a $5 court fee. He was given until September 30th to make the payment or face 10 months imprisonment. The media community in Belize is tonight mourning the unexpected death of one of their own. Paul Evans, as per reports, was drinking on Saturday when suddenly he fell from his veranda. Upon his fall, a steel rod impaled his abdomen, causing his demise. Police is now investigating the matter.
And on Saturday, 21st day of September, police visited a house at Ladyville Village where they saw the lifeless body of Paul Evans with an injury to his abdomen. Information is that he had been drinking, and when police visited the area, they saw him with a piece of steel in his abdomen. Police are investigating the circumstances of what transpired. This piece of steel is attached to the ground, so it appears that he fell on that piece of steel. Not at this time, but an investigation is being carried out.
Was he drinking with others?
Yes, he was drinking with others. We have reports that he was drinking with other persons before he went home.
Is this a residence where he lived?
Yeah, this is where he lives, correct.
So it could be possible that he may have been too drunk and tumbled over?
Probably, again, we are conducting an investigation, but that is all we have, and that is how the body was found.
Coming up next, Prime Minister John Briceño calls for action at United Nations Summit for the Future 2024. Stay tuned.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
It's a historic day for Dangriga, for the country of Belize. We have been waiting for 24 years to open this port.
Today, with the collaboration of the government of Belize I am pleased to welcome you to this groundbreaking ceremony to mark the rejuvenation of the Port of Commerce Bight and the return of commerce through tourism in Dangriga. The reopening of this port under Southern Deep Port Development Limited will see significant employment, planned for over 100 employees during the 3-year construction period and over 60 full-time employees thereafter, impacting the well-being of the Dangriga and surrounding communities.
We brought some consultants from the Bahamas who has done this in several Caribbean islands, and they went all across the country, and when they came back they signaled Commerce Bight as being one of the areas with the greatest potential for packet cruises and nautical tourism.
Any developing country or developed country, for there to be long-term development, there has to be a good port. We're going to work with you, that we're going to ensure that this is a success, because your success is our success, it is Belize's success.
A Mennonite man from the community of Shipyard has been charged for 10 counts of incest after his 30-year-old daughter reported to police that he had sex with her in 10 different occasions. The report was made on Wednesday, September 11th, as the child, accompanied by her mother and a social worker, visited the Orange Walk police station. The child claimed that her father has sex with her between the 10th of February and 3rd of September 2024. Following on the report, police formally arrested and charged the child's father for 10 counts of incest. To protect the identity of the alleged victim, we will not reveal the name of the accused. The Olivares family in Corozal Town are tonight concerned that someone might want to harm them. Around 3 a.m. on Sunday morning, Ctv3 News was called out to a Diego Street address in Corozal Town where the Olivares family lives. When we arrived there, the family were visibly still shaken after someone sprayed their house with a toxic substance around 2 a.m. The owner of the house says everyone was asleep when the incident occurred, and she is hoping that the police can find out who this unknown person is, since at least 4 children were inside the room that was sprayed with the toxic substance.
I just went to look for Mr. Elmer Cornejo because I know he's the reporter, because like around 2 o'clock this morning we had an accident that somebody came to spray in our windows and nearly kill us, and I have 7 grandchildren.
Was it police, miss?
Yes, we called the police. The police just came and they called him because they had a emergency that somebody was robbing some part and he gone. And then he said he was going to come back, but they haven't come back yet. They pepper sprayed the 3 windows at the back, and then we nearly died, and I couldn't breathe.
En español es bien, miss.
I couldn't breathe, but just I'm asking assistance to the neighbors that have the cameras to let them show us what happened in their cameras. That happened like around 2 o'clock in the morning, and we can check and see who it is. Because I don't have no problem with nobody. The only thing, if they do something to the children, then I tell them, but I don't have no problem with nobody.
¿Usted estaba durmiendo, miss?
Sí, estaba durmiendo a las 2 de la mañana. Y había, como donde empezaron, hay 4 niños durmiendo. Y después en el otro cuarto hay 3. Y en el otro cuarto mis 2 hijos dormían. En cada ventana comenzaron a hacer spray. Y después ya ahorita no nos podíamos respirar porque yo no podía respirar y sacamos todos los niños afuera.
Miss, cuando yo le vi, estaba llorando usted.
Sí, es que la cosa es que yo digo, ¿cómo van a venir a hacer eso? Sí, hay niños acá. Los niños son los que yo pienso. Si ellos tienen algo para hacer o decir, ¿por qué no vienen acá y lo dicen? No tenían que hacer eso. Los niños, ese es pecado. Hay un Diosito. Yo sé que Diosito nos acompañó porque podíamos estar muertos todos allá adentro. Niños durmiendo, acá en la ventana lo hicieron. Y los niños durmiendo, así estaban a las 2 de la mañana.
¿Cuál ventana, miss?
Uno. Y
acá, en esta ventana, porque yo lo tenía así abierto porque hay un poco de calor y los niños durmiendo. Dice la niña que ella sintió que en su nariz llegó y comenzaron a hablar a los niños. Que
La niña le despertó.
Sí, que ella dice que ella lo escuchó y nosotros escuchamos que está, pero yo pensé que era una bicicleta que se estaba hecho concha. Y tenemos, nosotros van a buscar el sax que está en bicicleta. Teníamos un calcetín acá guindado y el calcetín parece que guardó todo el spray, pero no se ve que es pepper spray, se ve que es como si alguien echó ácido y lo revolvió con agua, porque así quedó el calcetín, quedó amarillo allá donde estaba guindado, así.
Maria Olivares says she has no issues with anyone, hence the reason why she is unaware why someone would target her home and her family.
Ahora, ¿qué usted quiere de la policía?
Que nos ayuden y que busquen, hay vecinos que tienen cámara, ahí se puede ver la persona que lo hizo.
¿Tiene usted cámara en su casa?
No, solo allá en el vecino, acá en la esquina y acá con mi sobrino Carlos Rivera hay cámaras. Si ir anywhere ganaron, hay cámaras que pueden ayudarnos a buscar a esa persona que lo hizo.
Usted me dijo que usted iba a conseguir el video.
Sí, eso vamos a tratar de conseguir y lo voy a hacer que los vecinos me den el video y lo hagan en el phone y se los voy a entregar para que lo muestren.
Miss me despertó de mi cama.
Sí.
Usted estaba temblando cuando yo llegué aquí. ¿Qué pasó?
Yo estaba tan asustada que yo no sabía qué hacer porque tenía miedo y los niños que yo tenía acá, yo pensé que algo nos iba a pasar y gracias a Dios que ya estamos bien porque yo no podía ni respirar. Yo estaba así cuando yo salí de la casa, no podía respirar. No sé quién es esa persona que lo vino a hacer acá a las 2 de la mañana y todos de nosotros estamos durmiendo.
Me dijo que usted vive aquí hace 5 años.
Sí,
¿Usted tiene problemas con alguien? ¿Sus hijos? ¿Sus hijos tienen problemas con la policía? ¿Droga?
No tenemos nada de problema. El único problema era que yo tenía con un muchacho, un señor que es un soldado allá y su mujer es soldado, que tienen envidia a mi hija por el novio y después el niño quebró su guatabato de mi nieta y yo se lo dije que no, ese pasó 2 semanas y yo le dije que me pague el guatabato, solo eso estaba pidiendo que haga y él dijo que él no va a hacer nada, solo le dije yo lo voy a dejar en manos de Dios, así se lo voy a dejar. Yo solo eso, no tengo con nadie más. No.
When we made checks with the Curacao police, we were told that the department has launched an investigation into the matter. Belize celebrated its 43rd anniversary of independence with a vibrant ceremony held at Independence Hill in Belmopan. The event featured 2 main speeches, that from Prime Minister Honorable John Briceño and the Leader of the Opposition Honorable Shine Barrow. This year, the tone of both speeches was completely different, as both Briceño and Barrow reflected on the country's journey since gaining independence from the United Kingdom in 1981. Instead of the usual attack by the Leader of the Opposition on the ruling party's administration of the country's affairs, a declaration of how things would be different if it were a united Democratic Party in government, Barrow called on Belizeans to harness our inner strength, as did our ancestors, to pursue the Belize we deserve.
Today we celebrate our independence in all its splendor, a day of patriotism, national pride, euphoria, a day when we stop to recognize the powerful traits that defines a Belizean people who, though faced with improbabilities and impossibilities, always found the invincibility that lies deep within the human soul to defy reasonable expectations of defeat, triumphing over all adversaries and adversities. Thus, as we celebrate today, it is not just about the past upon which we reflect, but the today and tomorrow that the new generation will build for Belize. Let us celebrate that this generation, young and old, have the characteristics of our forebears in our minds, our hearts, and our souls. We just have to dig deep, deep within, and attach ourselves to the ideals of patriotism that transcends materialism, self-centeredness, and momentary satisfaction. Let us today stand proud and free at 43.
As for Prime Minister John Briceño, his address highlighted the progress made by Belize over the years and the importance of unity among its citizens in overcoming challenges. He emphasized the need for continued resilience and collaboration to build a better future for all Belizeans. According to the PM, as Belize looks to the future, the focus remains on preserving its independence while fostering progress and addressing ongoing issues such as economic development, social justice, and environmental sustainability.
Here at home, we are 400,000 living on some of the most pristine islands, in picturesque villages, in bustling cities and towns, small communities of diverse people whose aspirations are for the creation of one nation, proud and free. From those who are indigenous to this land, to those who came by force or by choice, or by those who arrived, fell in love, but never left. It is our love for this beautiful yet young nation that we celebrate. A true-born Belizean looks not at another Belizean's differences, but at what those things we share in common. We learned this from our ancestors who toiled, often against the odds, to build a resilient nation. Despite the odds which subjected them to a cruel colonialism, they left for us a moral compass, persuasion that is today inspiring in us the desire to construct societies that celebrate diversity, appreciate openness, and value social justice, liberty, and national happiness. They instilled in us the importance of protecting and sharing our natural patrimony, to see it as something we must bequeath to the next generation. And they instilled in us a philosophy which motivates us to work towards our just objective, which is a more fair, equitable, and meaningful economic independence. We keep working to perfect these principles by strengthening our education system to ensure that all our children go to school and stay in school, and where more of our young people further their education in relevant areas of study. We keep doing this by working towards a healthier nation, by putting more people to work for a fair wage so that we can build our middle class, and by protecting the fundamental rights and freedoms of all, from our children to our elderly and to everyone in between. Today is an opportunity for all of us to recommit ourselves to those values, values that are represented in our flag, because our flag is a symbol of that assurance that tomorrow will indeed be a better day. It is an assurance that if we work together, we will flourish together. And it is the assurance that we will always treasure our diversity rather than concern ourselves over our differences. Today, let us celebrate, because as the song says, things nice, we feel good. And we should feel good about how far we have come in just 43 years. Así que vamos, sigamos avanzando. And to Belizeans at home and abroad we say, Long live Belize. Que viva Belize. Happy Independence Day to all. Thank you so much. God bless you.
We also showcase cultural performances, including traditional music and dance, celebrating the rich heritage and diversity of the nation. Community members, government officials, and school children participated in the festivities, reinforcing national pride and commitment to the country's continued growth and development. Tonight, Prime Minister John Briceño is in New York. He traveled north to attend the Summit of the Future at the United Nations. It marks an essential move where world leaders adopt a pact for the future that includes a global digital compact and a declaration on future generations. The document is holistic and includes topics of security, peace, sustainable development, human rights, youth, among others. This morning, PM Briceño addressed the world leaders and reaffirmed Belize's contribution to meeting the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030, which is fast approaching.
The adoption of the Pact for the Future, the Global Digital Compact, and the Declaration on Future Generations must not be seen as an end, but rather as a beginning. While these outcomes lay a foundation for action, they represent only a floor for a much greater ambition that is needed to transform our world for present and future generations. The world faces a triple planetary crisis and a development crisis. Human and planetary capacities are approaching limits from which there may be no rebound. Our development and climate goals are slipping further away from our reach, and yet there has been no effective global response. To say we will do what we have failed to do will not suffice. Since the adoption of the Paris Agreement, every year has seen record-breaking climate impacts. For the first time, over a 12-month period spanning February 2023 to January 2024, global warming exceeded 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. If that trend persists, then Paris alone will not be enough, nor will our promise to accelerate the implementation of the 2030 Agenda. These are unprecedented times. They demand unprecedented action across whole systems at all levels and at all times, guided by values and principles we espouse as a United Nations. We must ensure the dignity of people. We need to reimagine and remake this world into one that is just, secure, and that will endure, one in which every voice matters. Bringing the voices from the margins to the center, the voices of young people, women, indigenous people, and the voices of countries like my own, the small island developing states. They should benchmark our collective ambition, because a better tomorrow can only be realized if solutions respond to the most urgent of needs, their needs. In Belize, the youth are calling for opportunities to harness individual and technological potential. They need sustained investments in good, decent education, comprehensive health care, and a greener and bluer economy that targets support for micro, small, and medium enterprises and startups.
Briceño spoke boldly and reminded world leaders that small countries can do their part, but international cooperation is imperative.
The Antigua and Barbuda Agenda for SIDS is a forward-looking blueprint for resilient prosperity. It defines our vision and what the international community can do to help us achieve that vision. My country, like other small island developing states, still lack representation where decisions are being made on our behalf. As a placebo, we may be given the privilege for a 5-minute intervention on a matter that will have consequential impacts on our future. Likewise, the international financial architecture, even in its current phase of reform, is built on a foundation of a bygone era. The dynamics of power are ever-changing. We need to build these institutions to be effective well into the future. Excellencies, today I affirm Belize's unwavering commitment to achieve the SDGs. They are the only ambitious, universally agreed blueprint to achieve a sustainable and equitable future for all. Let us then push harder for justice, go deeper for change, and make our actions meaningful for everyone. More than an opportunity, the Summit of the Future is a challenge. Let us rise up to that challenge, go beyond the confines of our present context, be bold in our vision, and embrace a much greater ambition for a better tomorrow.
Honorable Francis Fonseca also traveled to the summit with the Prime Minister. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Pro SC is here on Saturday, September 28th. Pro SC invades the Bay City with Pro SC. September 28th, Pro SC invades the Bay City with Pro SC 13. Paris versus Rubio inside the Corozal Civic Center in Corozal Town. The main event is the long-anticipated showdown between undefeated Pro FC Bantamweight champion Jalen Paris versus undefeated featherweight knockout king Javon Rubio. We also have 9 other exciting MMA fights, including 2 more championship fights and a special international female MMA fight. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and the event starts at 7:30 p.m. sharp. General admission tickets are only $25 and VIP tickets are $70 available at the Centaur Cable Network Corozal office or the ticket booth the day of the event. Pro FC, Belize Premier MMA League. Pro FC 13, live exclusively on Channel 53 of Centaur and the Express Plus app. Pro FC
is brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, the Corozal Town Council, and Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
The Belize Government Lotteries Limited, BGL, has issued a warning to the public regarding unauthorized use of their official logo in advertisements promoting the sale of government lottery tickets through WhatsApp. The company has noted that certain individuals are using the logo to falsely advertise the sale of lottery tickets, encouraging players to place wagers by sending their chosen numbers, the number of pieces desired, and proof of online payment through the messaging app. In return, players receive a picture of the ticket instead of an official printed version. BGL emphasizes that this method of lottery sales is not authorized by the company, and they firmly disassociate themselves from any individuals or entities offering such services. The company further advises that without an official printed ticket, players will not be able to redeem any prize winnings, as these tickets are the only recognized form of proof for lottery claims. BGL urges the public to purchase tickets only through official and approved channels to avoid any potential issues. The U.S. Embassy through the International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Bureau donated U.S. $50,000 to Belize's Financial Intelligence Unit, FIU. This donation includes surveillance and recording equipment along with computers to investigate staff. This is one component of the Financial Crimes Program funded by the United States and will aid in ensuring a high level of confidentiality, integrity, and professionalism during interviews. The United States is a proud partner with Belize and the FIU's commitment to establish the highest international standards and best practices for combating money laundering and terrorist financing. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Tuesday, September 24th here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3 Belize News or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.